Hi guys, now money isn't everything. The reason why I want to say that money isn't everything is because one, you can't take it with you when you're gone. And literally I have to like struggle with this because it's like I'm always money hungry, I'm always filled with greed, and it's like you can't have money in your master because you know you if you all you do is chase money. I feel like once you get it, your body is so worn out to the point where it's like you don't even have a body or to really even do anything with it. So it's like, what's the point of just chasing money all the time? And it's like, it's June, it's mental health month, so you need to make sure that you are checking on yourself, making sure that you're okay, talking to other people if you're feeling down, if you're feeling sad, or if you're not feeling yourself. So because you don't want something to happen to you and then just something could have just been avoided, how you just talk it out with somebody else. But I had to literally quit a job because of my mental health, because I was just working too many hours. I was working 50, 60 hour work weeks, 72-hour work weeks, and it got to my point where it's like I started drinking coffee because of how tired I was. And I used to always say like, hey, I would never be a coffee drinker because I didn't need it. Like, but there was a point in time where I would wake up at 5 a.m. and then I would get off work at 2 o'clock. But then I would go to another job at like 3:30, and then I would get off at like 10 o'clock. So basically, I was doing like 15 hours, and then some days I would do 16 hours back to back, like 3 days in a row. And then after the third 16-hour shift in a row, that means that my body was shutting down because technically I did pass 40 hours within 2 days. So once you hit 40 hours in a week, your body tends to shut down and you are not awake. So I didn't want to be the point, to just faint while I was at work. So I didn't want to call out either because I'm not the type of person to call out. I only call out when I'm either sick or, that's pretty much the only reason why I would call out. But it's just like you literally have to take care of yourself, as a young man that's in his 20s who's trying to get his life figured out, like, trying to get the car, trying to, go to school, get a better job, and trying to find a girlfriend or a relationship. And it's like, you know, girls nowadays, they are either expensive or they're cheap. And the cheap ones are already with somebody else, or the ones that are too expensive, you can't even find them because they're already with somebody who can match their pretty much, they match their preference. So and then it's like you go to school and it's like you don't get the degree, or you do get the degree, you don't get the job that you originally applied for, so you get disappointed. And it's just like money isn't everything. Like, money will steer your mind into doing negative things if you have a lot of it, and if you have none of it, then you feel like you're nothing. And it's like you do need money to survive, but at the same time you only need some of it. Like, you can't just wake up and think like, oh, I need to go get money today. Like, I need to grind. I need to make sure I make this amount or I can't go to bed. You know, don't wrap your whole mind around money, because literally money is just a materialistic thing that could just help you throughout the day, or you could use it to do good, or you could use it to do evil. But literally money is not your master. Literally you can do so much other things without it, but it's just like it depends on what your mindset is. It's just money isn't everything. It's just a tool to help you to get to point A to point B, like a car. But it's just like you could have all this money, and then if you show it off, guess what? Now you become a target. you know Someone that does not have it is going to be jealous of you, and is going to want to do anything that they can to take it from you, which could include hurting you just because they want that kind of money. And it's just like, why would you put yourself in that position because you have all these jewels, these, cars, these clothes, that everybody wants? Yes, it's flashy, but like, you're literally putting yourself in a bad place because, you know, yes, it took you a while to get it, but at the same time, it's like, if you get it, keep it on a down low. Like, nobody needs to know that you have all this money, because sometimes when people see that you're flashing too many things, they either think that it's not real, or that you just want to flash it just to flash it. And that to me is kind of corny. Like, any person that is rich is not going to say, oh, hey, I'm rich, or hey, look at me, or hey, look at what I bought, or, you know, calculate how much this was, you know. That's that's like when you're a kid you would do that. But when you're grown, like grown folks that really have big money, they're not showing it off. Like of course they'll buy what they want because that's what they were striving for, but it's like they're not gonna show it off and be like, hey, look how long my money can go through my arms and stuff like that. Like they're not gonna be throwing up the money in the air in big crowded spaces so that all the people that don't have it can just scramble and pick it up on the floor and make their day happier. Like no. But if you can donate money in silence, then you have money. If you can support a cause that can actually change the world, then you have money. You know, if you can help someone get to the money, then you have money because you know you have surplus, you know you have abundance. You know, you're not holding it in. You're not going to charge somebody to help them make that money, you know. You are a bold person because you know that your money is going to come, and plus money comes, money goes. So it's like, why are we forcing money to come into our lives when it's not supposed to be coming at this given time? You know, it's like we're in our 20s. You know, most old people, they get rich by their 50s or their 60s, and then they really have enough free time to enjoy their money. Right now, you get rich in your 20s, literally you might not even have enough time to spend it. You can spend it, but it's like once you spend it, it's like the rush is gone. You know, you always want to have that rush feeling, like, oh yes, like this is mine. Like, you know, it's just like money isn't everything, especially like working so many hours. Like like once you hit 40 hours a week at your job, it's like then your pay rate goes from the lowest one to like an extra higher one. So pretty much you feel like you got a raise, but it's like I need to look at it like I need to stop being money hungry. If I continue to be money hungry, I'm going to continue to be burning myself out. And when I do burn myself out, I'm going to have to take a day off just to like literally rest the whole entire day so I can literally have energy again. Because if I don't have energy, then it's not going to be good for me. It's like to the point where it's like I have eye bags on my eyes. They're so big. And that's why I'm not gonna be so focused, so hyper focused on money. I'm gonna let it sit in my bank account so like it could just grow and grow. So I don't have to just keep working as many hours like I used to work. But I literally have to have just one job. One job that pays every week and that's it. Like I can't sit here and just chase money every single day. Like I'm not doing that anymore. Like because I'm getting older now. Like back then, when I was 19, 20 years old, I could have done it. I've done 3 jobs before. I could have done that. But now I'm 29. I cannot do 2 jobs anymore because literally my legs hurts. I'm standing 16 hours a day. I might take like an hour break, then I take like maybe other breaks in between. But like my body is aging, so I can't really do all those hours anymore. You know, at least I know my limits. You know, but now it's like I gotta just pause, take a mental health break, enjoy summer, have like maybe 2 or 3 days off out the week, figure out something, and then I can hopefully make more money if it works. If it doesn't work, then oh well. But yeah, but that's my TED talk on how money should not overtake your life. Don't let it overtake your life. And you got this. Let's go.